6:45, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lal Mallavarachi, read by Soundithavam. The President reiterates that all cabinet ministers and ruling party parliamentarians should work as one team in building the nation. The Foreign Minister of China will make a 2-day official visit to Sri Lanka today. A special investment zone in Sri Lanka for South Korean entrepreneurs. The Department of Inland Revenue has earned 490 billion rupees tax income in 2021 despite the travel restriction. Another 588 persons have tested positive for the coronavirus yesterday. The government hopes to pay compensation to the victims of LP gas-related explosions. In foreign news, Kazakhstan troops have been ordered to fire without warning. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa reiterates that all cabinet ministers and ruling party parliamentarians should work as one team in building the nation. It is the collective responsibility of members to face the challenges together and overcome those shortcomings. If someone continuously criticizes the government and finds fault for each and every activity without mentioning a single word of appreciation, then it is a bad practice with sinister motives. If some individuals engage in the always criticizing process, that is not going to benefit anyone. That can be identified as a wrong omen with a destructive motive. The President also said that he is committed to take the country forward amidst the COVID-19 challenge. The opposition also has a responsibility to support the government in each and every people-centric endeavour. The President made these comments at a function to upgrade the Monoragala Siambalanduwa Vidyalaya to a national school yesterday. State Councillor and Foreign Minister of China Wang Yi will make a 2-day official visit to Sri Lanka today. He will launch the 65th China-Sri Lanka Diplomatic Relations Anniversary celebration. The Chinese Foreign Minister will also present a number of investment proposals to Sri Lanka. Ambassador to China Dr. Palitha Kohana says that many Chinese investors will come to the island following the Foreign Minister's visit. Foreign Affairs Minister Professor G.L. Peiris and Korea's Foreign Affairs Minister Chung Eui-yong held talks in Seoul recently. They focused attention to trade and investment, political cooperation, defence initiatives, tourism and labour issues. Minister Peiris recalled that during a previous period, there was a special investment zone in Sri Lanka for entrepreneurs from Korea, ROK. The ministers agreed that it would be timely to consider reviving this initiative and expressed hope and resolved to work towards it. Minister Peiris paid tribute to the multifaceted relationship which had developed between the two countries during their 44-year relationship. The Commissioner General of the Department of Inland Revenue, W.C. Bandara, says that they have earned 490 billion rupees tax income in 2021. This is an increase of 75 billion rupees when compared to the income of the previous year. It is significant that this development is reported amidst travel restrictions due to the corona pandemic. The department expects an income of 1,067 billion rupees through taxes this year. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Get an extra 10 rupees for every dollar sent by your loved ones abroad.
The Ministry of Health reported that another 588 persons have tested positive for the coronavirus yesterday. The number of COVID-19 cases registered in the country thus far stands at 590,651 with the new cases, while the number of infected patients currently undergoing treatment went up to 8,792. The recoveries tally reached 566,760 as 5,203 more patients were discharged after recovery yesterday. Meanwhile, the Director General of Health Services has confirmed 16 more coronavirus-related deaths for January 6th, increasing the death toll to 15,099. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board says that a 16-hour water cut will be imposed to several areas in Colombo today from 8 a.m. till 12 midnight. Accordingly, the water supply to Colombo, Dehiwala, Mount Lavinia, Kotte and the Kaduwela Municipal Council areas, Maharagama, Borolesgamo and the Kolanawa Urban Council areas, Kotikavatta and Mulleriava Pradeshiya Sabha areas and Ratmalana will be affected. The public can call the hotline 1939, that's 1939 for any information. That concludes local news.
Get an extra 10 rupees for every dollar sent by your loved ones abroad. Receive your money instantly via People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
State Minister Lasant Alagiyavanna says that the government hopes to pay compensation to the people who have been affected by incidents of LP gas-related explosions. He further says that the supply of domestic gas cylinders will be normalised within a week and came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight this morning, health authorities warn that there is a huge risk of the Omicron variant spreading in the country. More than 50 cases of the Omicron cases have been identified in the country so far. Consultant Dr. Nadika Janagi of the Medical Research Institute says that it is possible for many unidentified Omicron cases to be present in society currently. That came to you in Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
Making headlines this morning, Kazakhstan troops have been ordered to fire without warning. Djokovic visa row, second player loses visa over vaccine status. Sidney Poitier, Hollywood trailblazer, dies aged 94. Kazakhstan's authoritarian leader says he has ordered security forces to fire without warning amid a violent crackdown on anti-government protests. President Kasim-Jomart Tokayev has said 20,000 bandits had attacked the main city of Almaty, the epicenter of protests sparked by a fuel price hike. He blamed foreign-trained terrorists without giving evidence. The Interior Minister says 26 armed criminals and 18 security officers have been killed so far in the unrest. Australia has cancelled the visa of Czech tennis player Renata Varachova, who had entered the country to play in the Australian Open. She is being held in the same hotel as Serbian star Novak Djokovic, who is appealing the cancellation of his visa. Djokovic's initial exemption from vaccine requirements for unspecified reasons angered many Australians. The Czech government said Varachova entered Australia on a valid exemption. She had contracted COVID-19 recently. Sidney Poitier, the first black man to win a Best Oscar, has died at 94. The Hollywood star's death was confirmed by the BBC by the office of Fred Mitchell, the Bahamas Minister of Foreign Affairs. Poitier was a trailblazing actor and a respected humanitarian and diplomat. He won the Academy Award for the Best Actor for Lilies of the Field in 1963. Born in Miami, he grew up on a tomato farm in the Bahamas and moved to New York aged 16. Back to the headlines of the world news. Kazakhstan troops have been ordered to fire without warning. Djokovic visa row, second player loses visa over vaccine status. And Sidney Poitier, Hollywood trailblazer, dies aged 94. That concludes this bulletin of world news.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take all out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
The district-level youth agro-villages will be set up throughout the island by the Agriculture Ministry to cultivate food crops using modern technology. Each village will comprise 100 young men and women. A discussion was held at the Agriculture Ministry recently in this regard, including the steps that have to be taken to develop district-level agriculture with the money allocated from the Budget 2022. 600 million rupees has been set aside for this year to develop the field. 2 Grama-Niladari divisions with 100 households from each district will be selected to set up an agro-based economic model to increase the national agricultural production, and came to you in Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
On to sports news, Sri Lanka Athletics SLA will conduct a half marathon on January 22nd to celebrate their 100th anniversary, where the 21-kilometre race will be open to anyone who is over 18. This will be the first event to be organised by the SLA to mark their centenary celebrations. The half marathon will start from Diyatha Uyana, Battaramulla and will proceed through Kotte Junction, Nugegoda Supermarket along High Level Road, Maharagama, Pannipitiya, Borala Road, Thalawathugoda, Battaramulla Junction and finish at Diyatha Uyana, Battaramulla. In addition, the route of the 5-kilometre health race will be held on the same day and will start from the Grand Monarch, Thalawathugoda and proceed through Kalalgoda and finish at Diyatha Uyana. That's sports news. We'll look at business news next.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Ceylon Chamber of Commerce recently signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the Rawalpindi Chamber of Commerce and Industry RCCI. The aim of this move is to further strengthen friendly ties between Sri Lanka and Pakistan and enhance bilateral trade relations between the two countries. The MOU signing was followed by the inking of 9 agreements between Pakistan and Sri Lankan companies in the areas of education, pharmaceutical production, automobiles, information technology and automobile spares. That came to you in business news. We look at economic news next.
Business news sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated existing challenges, and in Sri Lanka around 500,000 people have fallen below the poverty lines since the beginning of the pandemic. Jobs have been lost, particularly among women, many of whom will never return to work. The implications of prolonged school closures will be most serious for children who couldn't access online education, and the silent learning crisis will impact future productivity and growth, according to a World Bank report. That came to you in economic news.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The weather report.
Several spells of showers occur in the northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces and in the Matale and Nuwara districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the western and Sabragamo provinces and in the Gaul and Matara districts during the evening or night. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The President reiterates that all cabinet ministers and ruling party parliamentarians should work as one team in building the nation. The Foreign Minister of China will make a 2-day official visit to Sri Lanka today. A special investment zone in Sri Lanka for South Korean entrepreneurs. The Department of Inland Revenue has earned 490 billion rupees tax income in 2021 despite the travel restriction. Another 588 persons have tested positive for the coronavirus yesterday. The government hopes to pay compensation to the victims of LP gas-related explosions. And Kazakhstan troops have been ordered to fire without warning. That concludes this morning's news broadcast, and now it's back to your host, Victor Raj, across the glass pane. All yours, Victor.